Let me bust out the Tails chain for this one. Where do we even start with this? Sonic Frontiers came out November 8th, 2022. I have been waiting 5 years, or maybe 4, I don't know, I can't do math. But I've been waiting 5 years for a new game to come out. Only thing we got in between that was a racing game that was mediocre and a re-release of a game that came out in 2012 or something like that, and I ain't even like that game like that. But on the plus side, we got 2 movies. A good movie, we got the first movie that was we can meme from hell and back or whatever, and then we got the second movie that did tremendously better than the first one. That's neither here nor there, because not only am I a Sonic fan in media, I am also a Sonic fan in the games, and we haven't had a good game since 2011. Our people can argue that Lost World. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about all that. We're here to talk about this new game that just dropped today. It's not today. It was on the 4th. Today is like what? The 12th. I'm making this video a few days late. So, yeah. This is my review on this game. We'll just start with presentation. Build up leading towards this game was probably the most controversial thing I've ever seen in the Sonic fan base in a long time. I'm talking about people saying this game is gonna be trash. The first reveal of it just doesn't look so good. It just looks so, bro. You want them to just show all their freaking stuff day one, or even if they don't even do all that, it still looked good to me. I was in Disney. I went on Disney World. I was in Universal Studios getting ready to get on some type of simulation ride in the waiting room when that trailer dropped. Well, not the trailer, when the reveal came out, and I was watching that and I was smiling from ear to ear. I could not believe. I was like, bro, open world, open zone, whatever they calling it. This man out here climbing and stuff. He doing all this stuff that I haven't never seen in a Sonic game before. I mean, I've seen that, but not openly like that. It's different. I'm like, whoa, this is new. I like it. Everybody's hating on it. I'm over like, why? I don't even care. I like it. Maybe I had some problems with it, but it ain't going. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? This is the year of Sonic. We got a movie. We had a TV show that's got teased. We got the game. We got all this stuff. Fast forward all the way till the trailer come out or whatever. Still looking good. CGI. Oh my god, the CGI looking real good. But it's still like, to me, I'm like, man, I need to see more gameplay. CGI trailers can do so much. Hype you up. Oh, this looks so good. It's like a TV show type jump, bro. But it's not. It's just some cutscenes. We don't want to see all that. We want to see gameplay. So finally get to gameplay. Gameplay's looking nice. I enjoyed it. Now we get to the actual release. Before that, weeks before the release, everybody, well, I don't want to say weeks before, a couple of days before the release. I'll say a couple of days before the release. Everybody's out here now leaking boss fights, leaking music, leaking pretty much whatever they can about the game. But they were even doing that like when they was going to like the little games fest, and they'll get recordings of like cutscenes and stuff. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? The cutscenes really cool. You know what I'm saying? I already seen all that. But the boss fights? Yeah, I kind of spoiled myself for a few. Get the fuck out of the pool! But it wasn't like I watched like the entire thing. Now I think I did know that. I think it was because of some rumors or some leaks saying that Supersonic is gonna be like playable, some bull crap like that, like the end of every island or whatever. But I was like, okay, I'm ready to see that. I finally see that, and it's like, whoa! I got my first taste into the music, and boy, oh boy, I literally changed my entire Twitter profile picture emo. Like, bro, I was like, bro, I am an emo black man right now. I'm not going emo. It was just a joke. I was like, there's no way that I'm falling in love with a heavy metal song. And the day before the game came out, I heard the first boss theme. Bro, I still listen to that on repeat to this day. It's on the 12th. It's the 12th. Everything was looking good. Everything was looking hype. I was even telling my friends, like, hey man, this game's gonna be good. We finally get another good Sonic game after like X amount of years. Finally, the game comes out. I buy the $80 version because, you know, I'm that type of fan. But I got off work and I immediately came home. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I came home, turned the game on, and I waited those 40 minutes because it came out at 11, not 12. It's 40 minutes. I waited those 40 minutes, the entire this party with my friend, and he had the game too. So we both was gonna play it at the same time. We started at the same time. Get to the intro cutscene. We see Eggman. We see whatever he doing with the little portal, whatever he gets inside. We see Sonic, Tails, and Amy, and they on the tornado. Blah blah blah. We already seen how Knuckles got there through the prologue. Well, we don't care about that. But even though that prologue was gas, I ain't gonna lie, it was gas. We got to see. That's where I got my profile picture from. But yeah, we know how everybody got there. Blah 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 blah. The game starts. Everything is good. First island, pitch perfect. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care about none of that pop in. And it might just be me talking, but I don't care about none of that pop in. All the little stuff popping. I don't care about that. I don't care. I just want to play the game. I just want to know if the game's good. The game was good. It obviously is. I'm talking about it in a good light. Everybody else having these other problems and stuff, I don't care, bro. Like, if it's not going to glitch me underneath the world or send me a billion miles, I mean, it's a glitch now to do that. But if it's not going to do all that while I'm playing the game, if I can still play the game smoothly and get through it, that's all I care about. We haven't had a game like that in years. And that's bad when we want the bare minimum. We don't even care. Well, I don't even care. I just want to play a good game. Finally, we get a good game. So what's with everybody talking about pop-in and stuff? Pop-in, ain't nothing to do in the island. Bro, I'm over here seeing all these other YouTubers and stuff, bro. They talking good about this game. They playing the game. It's all having fun. I don't care about none of that. First island was good. We got to save Amy. We get a little bit more talkative with Sage. Sage is cool in this game. I mean, me comparing her to like Chip or something like that from Sonic Unleashed, I still take Chip. Only reason why is because we got to feel Chip somewhat. We didn't really get to feel Sage. And that's one problem that I do have with Sage. Like, she's supposed to be this, I don't know, mysterious like girl. I thought she was the villain. Everybody thought she was the villain. So now we realize she ain't the villain. She's trying to protect something or something like that. She just wants Sonic to get out. Like, I don't know what they had going on with her. Like, it was just really confusing. But I kind of understood it a little bit. She was just mysterious, and we trying to figure out what she got going on. You know what I'm saying? We save Amy. Gameplay is pretty decent. I like it. Open world, you know what I'm saying? When you get to like 400 rings, you get this massive boost. You can just boost around. You get an unlimited boost if you do like a little infinity sign or whatever. It's cool. You get to jump around the rails, you know what I'm saying? In this open environment, you can do whatever you want. You can play the game however you want. Mini boss fights. Same thing. I like the mini boss fights, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's kind of like any other open world game. You get into like a mini boss fight, you don't have to fight. You can just walk right around it and just keep going. It's cool. I like that. You can just speed right on by, do your own stuff. Now, portal rings, like the portal gears and stuff to get into cyberspace. Now, cyberspace is one thing, and we'll talk about that later. But you know what I'm saying? The main mechanics of the game, the speed, the boost, the quick stuff, all that stuff is perfect. I like how he controls in the open world. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You get all your keys so you can get the Chaos Emeralds. It's a good little concept instead of just making the game just play this level, get a Chaos Emerald. No, you gotta play this level. You got to do these challenges. Then you get a key. Then you get the Chaos Emerald. Like, bro, they like, bro, you're not finna breeze by this game. No, you finna play it. And I like that. We need a game like that. We don't need no easy stuff, bro. We don't need a boost to win. And Unleashed is not boost to win. Generation is not boost to win. None of that is boost to win. You need to have skill. Because obviously you've seen the IGN trailers, and when they was reviewing the game, they was trash at it. It was garbage. Second island, we get to save Knuckles. Third island, we get to save Tails. Now, first and the second island, chef's kiss. Third island, it was just too much. Almost like planets. Like, you get one area, you get one island, then you get another island that's like you have to like figure out a way to get over there. And it's like, man, where are these rails at? Like, it's just everything is spaced out. But it wasn't like how the first two islands had everything in one big island. You go everywhere. But it was still good though. I like it. Now the best thing about this game had to been the boss fights. Open world, it go boss fights and open world in cyberspace, in my opinion. But boss fights were literally it's peak Sonic. I have never seen anything like that since Unleashed. Now just imagine if Unleashed would have came out now and they made that boss. I'm talking about supersonic. You get all the chaos emeralds. You find the last chaos emerald on top of their head. You climb all the way up there to get the chaos emerald. And you fighting this man one-on-one, just beating him down. Best gameplay I've ever seen. Best I've ever seen in a Sonic game. Best supersonic gameplay I've ever seen. That ain't just no auto scroller or you just doing whatever. You actually fading this man one-on-one, doing what, like, it's good. It's good in my opinion. It's good. I love it. Soundtrack. Not soundtrack, just the music. Well, yeah, the soundtrack, but the music that it pop on when you get the fighting is. Pitch perfect. Nothing has ever came close to coming like that in a Sonic game, other than, like, the adventure games, maybe Unleashed, because what I'm saying, supersonic, whatever. But this tops that. I ain't gonna lie, this tops that. Now we get into the last few freaking islands, and we already got the 3, and we had 2 more. The last 2 were kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie, they weren't really that much to do in it, especially like the 4th one. You just destroy 6 towers. You get some lore, and which is really good. But like the island itself, but I don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm here just to see the story, gameplay, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about the islands. I mean, it's just the extra island. It's cool. Now, we get to the last end of the game. And we still haven't talked about cyberspace yet, so we're going to talk about that later. But we finally get to, like, the end of it. And the end of the game comes, and we finally get the conclusion of Sonic Frontiers. And I said that like 12 times already, like talking about on the end of the game, whatever. So we finally get to Island. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty decent. Same similarities. Now Sage is kind of on our side now. And then one more thing about Sage, like when it comes down to story and lore, Sage is Eggman's daughter. Now, I don't know how that happened. I'm thinking she's created by Eggman, and he just kind of took her under her wing, kind of how like he did Metal Sonic, but like Metal Sonic kind of just, what I'm saying, he went stupid. This girl is kind of different, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? You got to see a little softer side to Eggman, which is like, whoa, like we didn't get to see. Bro, you don't ever see this man Eggman freaking care for anybody, anything, or anyone. And now you finally get to see him like care for a daughter. It's like, whoa, like this, he's all like sad when she's saying like, oh, I gotta go out and fight this guy, or I gotta go out and fight because Supersonic can't do it. He's like, I understand, go do what you need to do. I was like, he all looking sad, he don't even want to look at her because he's like, man, I'm about to lose my daughter and stuff. So you know what I'm saying, that was good. We got to see a whole lot of more in-depth character development with Tails, with Amy, with Sonic. I love the Tails one because Tails is obviously my favorite character, but he finally admits, he's like, man, am I just trash? Like, do the fans really think I suck? Don't really think I be out here just be scared and crying all the time? Like, I'm the smartest one out here, but like, people think I'm really soft out here. Yes, we do, but it's not your fault. It's the writer's fault, and he acknowledged that because he said that. He was like, man, do I really suck? And Sonic's like, man, weren't you the one who saved Station Square from a nuke? Didn't you bust me out of jail? Didn't you did a lot of, man. Didn't you just help me? Come on, man. Didn't you put me on with that 2-man the other day? Come on, Tails. Tighten up. You a goat. Tails like, man, you right, bro. You gotta see Amy. Like I'm saying, Amy and Sonic over here, like with his little one-liner. He's like, man, like, Amy, I wish I was underneath that umbrella with you. And all that was cool. Eggman, we didn't really get any dialogue with Eggman. Well, there is some dialogue with Eggman. I didn't really read or hear all that yet, but there's some dialogue with Eggman too. So Big the Cat's in there. He's an extra, but that's neither here nor there. So we finally get to the final boss. Well, not the final boss. The boss before the final boss, because they're saying before the game came out, you need to play the game on hard mode so you can get the true ending. So it was like, okay, I'm playing it on hard mode. We finally get to the final boss, or the boss for the final boss, basically. So. And it's still like one of the Titans. It's cool. This Titan got a gun now. Like, bro, the first Titan just used straight hands. The second Titan was like a flying little Titan, whatever. The third Titan had a shield and a sword. It was hard. Like, it was just perfect. And then now this Titan got a gun. It's like, whoa.
Oh, brother. Whoa. Now, you got too much dip on your chip.
This Titan flying and stuff with wings. He got a gun. Like, he got a badass sniper. Just, bro, it was kind of cool. So, we fighting him. We finally defeat him. After we defeat him, what was inside of him was like the main narrator, not the narrator, but the person that was talking to Sonic throughout the entire game. Like, hey, you need to go do this. Eventually, the narrator or whatever, I'll just say the narrator, they get out of the mech, they fly up to space, and Sage is like, no, wait. This is where I came in with, like, Eggman was like, oh, you need to go do your thing. So she's like, oh, she's about to go to space and get her true form. We need to stop her now. And you know what I'm saying? Sage, Superstar, they go up in space. And this is the part where I just despised. This is the only negative downside I have about this game that won't make it like I'll say my out of 10 rating later. This is the only thing that won't give it that extra point. And I'm watching all these YouTubers and they play this game and they're like, oh, this is only the first island with the first Titan. It's gonna be the second Titan. These Titans are cool. I wonder what the final boss is gonna be like.
Somebody been smoking and drinking.
Now, granted, they probably ran out of time, but also granted, they had 5 years to do this or come up with something, and this is what they come up with. So, you as Sonic and Sage, and she went inside the little the final Titan to go up into space. They're like, okay, let's go fight this thing. So we expecting a huge freaking like extraterrestrial, like some alien with like 2 heads, or just some type of being that's in space that's like 5-dimensional that you scale up to, like it can beat Goku or some junk like that. Like this is a entity that won't die to Super Sonic. So you need some help. It was a moon, a rock, and you were playing Space Invaders.
Oh my god! Oh Jesus!
Now, it was hard because obviously it's the final boss, but it was very underwhelming. Like, I'm like, man, I'm expecting to fight this thing, and then like finally it takes 10 minutes to beat. You can't, like, you ain't got no other moves but to shoot like white or black little orbs at it or whatever, or beams, and you have to match the colors of the orbs that it shoot back at you for you to destroy it. And it take 10 minutes, but there's a whole lot of orbs coming after you. And then they got like they got like lasers, and so they shooting lasers back at you. It's a hard boss fight. But it's like, man, I didn't get my hopes up for this. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is not good. This is trash. This is mid. I don't want to play Space Invaders. I'll go to I'll download it on my PC. I'm not trying to do this in a video game win 5 years from now. I'm not trying to do all that. Nope. So you finally beat it, but then it don't die all the way. But then it's like a little QTE little segment at the end where Sage grabs Supersonic, like throws him, and he goes inside of it, like breaks it from the inside, destroys it, but it's actually about to blow up, and Sage is like, no, I gotta go save everybody. So she sacrificed herself to blow it up, and Supersonic flies all the way back to Earth, and everything, they saved the day. Everybody's good. Yeah, everybody's good. So, you know what I'm saying? Sonic comes back. Sonic tells Amy and Knuckles. They fly away off the island. Eggman is still there, and this was the saddest part of the movie. This is the saddest part of the game. Eggman staring off into space, and they see all the little meteors, like from the moon that they destroyed, and it's falling back down to Earth. And he's just sitting there, just yeah, sad music playing. It was sad. I felt bad for Eggman. But then after all that, the post-end credit scene was Eggman actually, I don't know what was he doing. They basically just like confirmed Frontiers 2, but by Eggman, like, he's in the computer. He basically didn't like got a hold of Sage, and now I don't know. Basically, Sage is coming back. Basically,
Tell him to bring me my money. Yeah.
So that's the game. That was the story, and that was the entire, just everything about it. Now, cyberspace, those are mid. I'm not gonna lie. But it doesn't really take a lot. It's still kind of addicting because you want to get like the high scores and stuff. You want to get all the red rings. You want to get the rings. You want to get best time and all that. You want S ranks. It's still cool. I like it, but it was still kind of mid. It's basically just forces levels in this game with a different boost style. That was it. When they had Unleashed boost style and Generations boost style, which is basically a better version of Unleashed boost style, the go for. Everything is still automated. They don't have the drift anymore, which is like, I don't know why they took the drift out. That was probably the best feature, other than, like, who doesn't want to go at blazing speeds and drift around corners? That's a good I don't know why I took that out. So my opinion, that might be like the lowest of the game, but I still kind of appreciate it. My rating out of this game, out of 1 out of 10, is a 7. And a 7 is good. 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5. Maybe I'll round it up to an 8. You know what I'm saying? If they come out with some DLC. Now, what will make it an 8 on the dot is if they had like a boss rush or something like that. After you beat the game, instead of like arcade mode where you just go play the cyberspace level, nobody care about that. Man, we care about the bosses. You can't go back and fight them. I tried. You cannot go back and fight them. I want to play the first boss over and over and over and over and over again, because that boss was good. I want to play the first and the third one, because those are my favorite bosses out of the whole game. But they don't have that. That's just a little bit nitpick. But we would have made it a 9, 10 out of 10 game. Now I don't know about a 10 out of 10 game. Well, the 10 out of 10 games, if they like kind of fix the mechanics a little bit, maybe like reduce the pop in, like just make the game look, feel, and play good, which is what they technically did somewhat. The pop in was like whatever. That's just a nitpick that I have that I really don't care about. But if they would have fixed it, then I know a lot of reviewers would be like, okay, 8 out of 10 game, 9 out of 10 game. And if they made cyberspace just like Unleashed and Generation style instead of Forces, it would have been a banger game. Like I promise you, a lot more people be playing this. It probably would. Now I don't want to say it'll compete with God of War, because God of War dropped this like the next day, and it's God of War. Not a lot of things are beating out God of War. So that's just my review on this game. I still love it. I'm still gonna play it. It has a lot of replayability by just going into the levels and just messing around, just flying around. You can just listen to your own music, just fly around, just do whatever. It's still cool. It's kind of the same as Unleashed. You know what I'm saying? Now, where I would rank it, when I first played it, I was just in that fanboy mode where it's like, yeah, this is better than Unleashed. It's not better than Unleashed. In terms of story, no. In terms of gameplay, only because of open world. But even then, I still like the Warhawk stages, so I still would put Unleashed over there. I'm just biased about that. Out of all the boost games, it come third. Like I almost put it. I was gonna put it second only because of story, but I don't really care about that. Generations had like a what kind of story are you gonna do? I mean, they could have made it serious. It made this one serious. This is the 30th anniversary. They could have made the 15th or 20th anniversary. They could have did that. That's neither here nor there though. Unleashed, Gens, then Frontiers, and then the rest. So that's my review on this game. I enjoyed it. Hopefully other people did. I'm going to replay this game. Hopefully they make a boss rush. Hopefully they have some type of updates and stuff in the future. This is not just the only update they're going to do. Hopefully maybe some DLC. Hopefully the new game plus, where I hope they don't make us have to wait like 5 more years to see if Sage comes back, because we already know she's coming back. But I hope they make like a DLC with like this extra content or something like that. Like, I hope so. Please. That's gonna do it for today. That's just my thoughts. Oh shit, I spilled my water.